Namaste. Welcome and greetings. I am Magick Croix. It's gonna stop a virus. No. This
Got y'all listening now. Some witchcraft for that ass. Too late to turn away. Abracadabra and all that good shit. Yo. Hocus pocus got you focused on my rhyme. Simply easy, now I'm eating couch potatoes. My keys to go home.
Dora pause.
My rush to end it all. It feels amazing to have won. I'm not planning to ball, but why not take the chance to stunt? No, I don't need it all. Can thank the thing I don't want. Do I worship the sun? Or sold my soul for the tongue? Or dead since I was young? Or got some...
Namaste. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Greetings on this Mother's Day, Sunday, Day of Soul, Day of the Sun, another day that you can actually use for prosperity and abundance. Welcome, brothers and sisters, to another conversation on this in general. I want to make this in general, not directed at any specific person, but just from the fuckery that I'm seeing, I wanted to address. Now, I put some information in my thoughts in my group yesterday, but everybody's not in my group. So I said, you know what? I said to myself, self, why don't you make a video about this and address it so everybody can hear it? All right. My reason for making this video is, I call it Dora to the pause, is because I have to side-eye a lot of these so-called root workers, magicians, witches, sorcerers, what have you, on Facebook and social media, period. I am seeing so many powerful people that are having their own following, having their own groups, and I just wanted to say something about it. I wanted to say that if you decide, any of you out there looking and listening, if you decide to go to a root work or get some work done or get a reading done, just be careful of who you are messing with. Be careful of people who claim they have these incredible powers, and in a short span of time, they are able to accomplish all these feats. They are able to manifest everything that they put out. I'm seeing it so much that I just had to address it. My Virgo ass would not let this go. I wanted to let it go, honestly, but the Virgo in me said, So, peace and love. Raya, Lovebug, Nataru Hair, Ariel Freeman, thanks for coming, thanks for watching. This is going to be interesting because I'm seeing, I even had some people who were members of my group, the Magical Elite, who went off on their own. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you don't know what you're talking about, why would you do that? There's so many people being misled, being run amok, led astray, bamboozled, hoodwinked into believing all these people. Facebook has bred the worst kind of occultists. Those who are fake and phony. All right. It took me a very long time before I decided I would take on students. I didn't actually start taking on students 1 year ago. So I'm in my 21st year in the info. 21 years. I don't know everything. And I still think I'm a baby in this. That's how much stuff there is to learn. That's how many systems there is to learn. When I first started on the darker paths, one of my mentors told me, he said that be a sponge, absorb everything, learn everything. And I took that to heart because I valued his opinion, and he was very knowledgeable in the darker arts. Like, I want to be like this brother, you know what I mean? So I combined that philosophy with my prior training, and it has served me well to do that. This is not me bragging about it. I'm saying I've gotten to this point by a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, getting to know certain systems, and a lot of research, experimentation. Shit, I failed more times. In the beginning, I failed more times than I actually was successful. So, my main point here is I'm seeing all these occultists who are new in the craft, who got less than a year experience, a few weeks, a few months, read a few grimoires, and they got all the solutions. Now they got magical. I saw a 19-year-old come to me for help. He said he was new. He said he was trying to get in the craft. A month later, I turn around, he's an admin of a magical group. I'm like, how, Sway? How are you an admin? You see what I'm saying? It's just, it is running rampant right now. Hello, Julie, Gemma Stone, Sarah, Tammy. Thanks for coming and joining me. I don't know everything. I don't think I'm close to knowing it. And that's 21 years in the occult. It took me 20 years just before I decided, okay, I know enough now that I can pass on some shit. I'm seeing people with weeks and months of knowledge, or so-called knowledge, or what they think is knowledge, go and start to teach people. How, Sway? How you doing that? You know what I mean? It's to me, it's not possible. Now, I'm not saying everyone is going to take 21 years. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is it's going to take more than a few weeks. When I got into the Goetia, it took 1 year before I moved away from it. 1 whole year. It was my go-to system. And at the beginning, I had to figure out what worked, what didn't work. Because at the beginning, I got results, then I wasn't getting results, then I was getting results, writing my stuff down. The art of occultism is like any other science. I've said this so many times. You have to hone it. You have to perfect it. You have to study it. Have you ever seen a lawyer's library? I am amazed at how many books they have. They don't have to read all those books, but they know where to go to find an answer. I liken occultism and magic to that same thing. You have to read some shit Now, you're not going to get stuff from books. What you're going to get is starting how to experiment and write your own grimoires. It takes some time. I'm seeing people leave these groups who's like, oh my God, I manifested this. Yeah, my client did this. My client was able to do this. I made all this money in the month. Okay. So if you're doing that, props to you if it's true. However, I call bullshit because just like Roxanne Shante, many of y'all remember her. Roxanne Shante, it found out that she never held a PhD. She took that for years, right? So if you are doing all these incredible results for clients, don't you think somebody might look into your background and probably know who you are and how you live? All these incredible results, $50,000 in a month, $20,000 here, these big lump sum amounts that you're making, and you living in a one-room apartment? Dora pause. Been a while since I did that, but since I titled it Dora to the Pause, I feel like I owe you at least one of them. So I've seen this happen, and I'm like, yet still people are following you. You making all this money. You living in an apartment, constantly on Facebook Live. All right, if that was me doing that all the time, how the fuck would I have time to be on Facebook Live all the time? Several times a day, every day. When are you finding time to study, research, and experiment and read? How, Sway? How's that happening? I want to know that secret. I do. Because that's mighty fucking incredible to me. But Facebook has bred this kind of bullshit. Like I said, I wanted to stop, and me making this video is not gonna make it stop. But people, please use some common sense when going to people to have work done. You owe it to yourself to at least intuit what this person's knowledge is, right? If that was me doing all this fantastic shit, I would be out traveling. If I made so much money like these Facebook occultists, that's what I call it, Facebook occultists, I'll be out traveling, enjoying life, going on cruises, going to the Bahamas, fucking Dubai. If I did half the shit that these people, ooh, Lord have mercy. I have so many trademarks, you know what I'm saying? But there's so many people on Facebook. And like I said, I just ask a question. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes some of these people we talk, I'll ask a simple question. They can't answer it, or they'll dance around the question. I'm like, okay, and I'll cut the conversation short. I don't know everything, but I think I have spent enough time in this field to be able to speak on it. it takes so much time and I don't just study books, I study movies as well. This movie, you would think it's porn. It's not porn. It has some magical elements in it. How many people have heard of it? You know what I'm saying? This movie, who makes Bruce Lee movies, is all about magic. Of course, it's exaggerated, but movies made in the 70s by the same people who made Bruce Lee movies. Now, why are they making this movie? How is a Taoist magician able to defeat a black sorcerer? When I say black magic sorcerer, what I mean. Remember when I said that I spent a year with the Goetia? I spent a year with the Goetia, and I had to learn each deity. Anybody who works with the Goetia, there's one called Astaroth, male deity, and he's shown as white or Caucasian in all the grimoires. So actually, Astaroth is Ishtar from Babylon, one of the most revered goddesses ever. They turned her into a man. See what I'm saying? That's me digging deep though. Real deal magicians know that. Yeah, why would they do that? It had to fit the fragile, so-called white male ego. What is Coptic magic? What's the word Coptic mean? If you knew what Coptic magic is, why is this called ancient Christian magic? Coptic text. What does Coptic and Christian have to do with each other? Dora pause. Christian Coptic. Interesting, huh? Who were the Gnostics? Who was the Brassics? Why were the Gnostics killed off? Gnosticism. This is the book of Abrasax. Abrasax was the god of the Gnostics. Again, real deal Christianity. Why were they killed off? How does that tie in with the Nag Hammadi library? Wow. How many people know about the clip-off? How is the clip-off different from the Kabbalah? So since we're talking about the Kabbalah, we also need to talk about the clip-off. How are they related? How do you tap into that anyway? Okay. What are the 22 tunnels of Set? How do they relate to a damn shadow tarot deck? This is the tarot. What did the 22 tunnels of Set have to do? What was Set before he was demonized? How is Set, the so-called demon of Egyptology, the oldest known worship god? Oldest. Why is this book banned in Jamaica? For what reason? Why is this book used heavily by hoodoo workers and root workers? Why is this book, Obeah, which is an ATR, an African traditional religion, why is this book banned in Jamaica? What is this book about? What came before Babylon? Who were the Atlanteans? And how do you practice Atlantean magic? Hey, Truster. Wow, Nancy, really? Jeez. Okay, but let's continue. Damn, I'm looking at the comments in the chat room for all the people who are here. These are hypothetical questions, but I'm bringing them to the forefront because I say, is my opinion. Thanks, Sarah. I appreciate it. I got way more books than this, trust me. Way more. Speaking of books, there are some that are so rare and so expensive, I've had to print them out and have them binded. Kenneth Grant books, expensive. Where was I? Spoke about Astaroth and Negotiation. People are playing with this, and it's maddening, it's sickening to me. I actually trusted you on point because I actually thought of opening this video with my Tibetan singing book. Speaking of Tibet, excuse me, why do Tibetan Buddhists, why do they spend years in isolation, learning and meditating? They spend fucking years. These people on Facebook spend months, maybe weeks. I got it. I'm going to teach other people. How, Sway? Why do the Tibetan Buddhists, or one of the most powerful grimoires out there called the Tibetan Book of the Dead? How is the Tibetan Book of the Dead different from the Egyptian Book of the Dead? Or are they the same? Are they funerary texts, as is put out there? Or are they magical cookbooks? Right? What is Satanism? What did Anton LaVey actually practice? How did Anton LaVey meet? Never mind. I was going to go somewhere else with that, but forget that one. What did no? Matter of fact, let's do that. Anton LaVey, what was he doing up in the Montauk Project in New York? Satanism is more of a philosophy, but you can use that philosophy in magic. What is Shinto? Japanese, right? Okay. What art of magic do ninjas, what do they practice? Y'all didn't know they practice magic? They do. See how many different paths I'm going through here? Taoist magic. What's Taoism? Again, a Taoist magician is able to defeat a black magician sorcerer and defeat him well. Okay. It's just so much out there that can be learned and studied. And I think you're doing yourself a disservice if you go to a root worker, a magician, or someone who does work who has not actually studied and honed the arts. Spell books, reverse Christianity. Okay. I'm not actually sure what you're responding to. Reverse Christianity. But I only show Japanese ancestors veneration. Right. Exactly. How are these people on Facebook able to accomplish so much in such a little, small amount of time? I am the first to say I still got a long way to go. I do not regret it's taking this long. I don't, not at all. I study so much. My wife has to reclaim her time like Maxine Waters does. And I'm not bullshitting with that. That's how much time, but that's me. That is the Virgo me. That is the Virgo way. But I feel like if you're going to go into this path, do yourself a favor and learn what you can. You can't tell me that somebody who has been in the craft for 4 fucking months, just an example, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. Why would you follow somebody? And I'm not trying to dissuade you, anybody out here watching this video, from following somebody. All I'm just saying is do your research on them. Right. Accomplish so much in such a little bit of time. Damn. How'd you do that? I bought me a statue. Now, Santa Muerte is protecting my house. Man, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Like, seriously, how's buying a statue, first of all? How's buying a statue bringing the energy of Santa Muerte in your home? How? How do you activate the statue? What tools are needed to activate a statue? How can you put your energy into a statue? I'm seeing a lot of people say, oh, it's on and popping now. I got this, I got that, and yeah, now my magic gonna be off the chain. What did you do? Besides buy the goddamn statue. What exactly did you do? So, people got this false idea that you can do so little and get so much in return. Again, you're doing yourself a disservice. And it's running rampant around on YouTube right now. It's running rampant, and I'm like, wow, the fuck? I wish I could have created a shortcut like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to answer a question. What if someone finds out your magic? Is it broken? That's actually a good question. If somebody finds out you do magic, no, it's not broken. The only way it's broken is if you break it. If you're strong enough, if you know what you're doing. If they know how to counteract it, then yeah, it's going to be broken. But it's like two magicians go at it and one comes out on top because maybe the other one had more experience. and willing to go to the extreme to defeat this one, who only is concerned with the light side, still thinks in the Christian mindset that somehow doing this is going to make this shit come back times 3, which is some Wiccan bullshit. Wiccan was founded by Gerald Gardner in 19 something, I think in the 60s or the 50s. But how are these Wiccan people taking over groups? They got these businesses, and I'm like, they're making a market out of a very new age religion. They're trying to protect themselves with beads. Okay, I'm not sure what that means, but okay. There's ways that you can protect yourself. I said all the time, first thing I learned how to do on this path was learn how to protect myself. Because you got fools out here, and you got even more fools out here just with social media. How are you willing to fight? You're willing to fight another melanated person who practices magic. You're willing to do that and go out, but you're not willing to do some magic on some pig who is beating up a melanated sister. How, Sway? How you doing that? Dora to the motherfucking pause on that. You big and bad against your own brothers and sisters, but against the beast, quiet. Man, if y'all get out of here with that bullshit. But I say all of that to say, just watch yourselves. People play too much. You know what I'm saying? If you're supposed to be a vampire magician and you got this gift of clairvoyance, this person gave me a reading, supposedly. Said my grandmother was screaming at me, blah, blah, blah. Her reading was so far off point. I was like, what the fuck are you even talking about? Years later, fast forward, the same person left the occult. I said that, I'm like, what happened? Did you leave the occult? Sadly, this was the response. Oh, well, the occult picked me more than I picked the occult. Dora Paul. What the fuck does that even mean? I'm sorry, what does that mean? Oh my God. What does that mean? Like, seriously, stop playing with the shit. There's nothing to be played with. I've seen people become alcoholics and drug addicts because the forces that they were playing with or dabbling with consumed them. Now, the ancient grimoires, the old grimoires, warn against unstable people practicing the occult. There's a reason for that. This person was playing and making herself out to be like she's this badass magician and into the vampirism and into all kinds of psychic shit. And she turned out to be a drunk and a drug addict, and now is talking about God. How, Sway? How? It's ridiculous. There's a reason. There's a reason there are secrets in the occult. There's a reason. Because everybody should not practice this shit. Thanks, Raya, love bug. Since this is dedicated to the, I'm gonna make that shit. You know what? I'm seeing people make their hashtag quotes into paraphernalia. I'm like, people who are so bamboozled by illusionary surface knowledge, they're willing to buy bullshit paraphernalia. I'm gonna make a hashtag that says hashtag Dora pause. I make hats, t-shirts, fucking coffee mugs. I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna make me a fortune. Yeah, right. My soul, my spirit won't allow me to take advantage of people like that. I just can't do that. So that's why I'm not talking about anybody in particular because I'm seeing a lot of it. Just please don't think I'm talking about any, that is not my way. I do not speak publicly. If I have a beef with somebody, I take it to them privately. I'm a grown man who does not have to do that. But yet still, you'll see these so-called magicians fighting each other, saying, oh, you're going to die. And I'm like, really? Vampirism, thanks, Justin. Vampirism is vampire magic. There is a sect called Temple of the Vampire. They have some good literature. They take their material from older sources of magic. And very powerful shit. Very powerful shit. That's another path all unto itself. Just like I said, Tibetan Buddhism, Goetia, Clip-Off, Kabbalah, the 22 tunnels of Set, Coptic, Babylonian, Egyptian, Gnostic, Shinto, the Eastern pantheon is so vast, Hinduism, which is where the Om Gum Ganapataye Namaha comes from. There are thousands of mantras that can be used, and you can make up your own. Om Gum Train Namaha. I just made that up. Om is the primal sound of the universe. Gum is for Ganesha, Lord Ganesha. Ganapataye is for Ganesha. Train is Lakshmi. Train is to align yourself with spiritual forces. Namaha ends a mantra. So, yeah, there are thousands of mantras out there. And y'all know I love my mantras. But that can be a path all on its own. There's so much to explore with the occult and magic. It is really unbelievable that these motherfuckers can learn in 4 weeks, 4 months, 6 months, 1 year, and decide they know enough to teach other people. You're welcome, Portia. By the way, I love that name. I love the way it's spelled, and I've always liked that particular name. Then I get so deep into it. Goetia is a great system. Why would they turn Ishtar, the beloved Ishtar, who is also Inanna of Sumerian, why would they change her to a male deity, into Astaroth? So that made me say, fuck Astaroth, what I need, I'm going to the source. A lot of these stuff that's going on now has a source that's much older than what is showing. So go to the source. But yet still, I got these people on here that's like, wow. Yes, you can. I did. Yeah, I'm gonna make hashtag Dora. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I don't know if I'm so-called legally able to do that. Yeah, I'm just using a name and saying, actually, Dora Claus belongs to me, right? I came up with this shit. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that. But if you ask any one of my students, they'll tell you I give a lot of information in a short period of time if you buy one course, of course. But I still pack a lot of information and I give out resources. A lot of people just don't want to do the work, so they'll hire a group worker or a spiritualist from Facebook because there's so many. There's so many groups. I ain't gonna talk about Hoodoo Delicious. Man, come on, man. Dora balls. I can't have my Dora pauses taking up so much time, but my point that Hoodoo Delish is run by Caucasian women, but Hoodoo is ancestor generation of melanated people. So how does that work? Why are you adopting, even if you only adopting the name? Oh my goodness. I was in there very briefly, very briefly, and I saw when the admins get out so much false information, I was like, I'm fucking out of here. I was like, I can't do this. You know what I'm saying? So just, you know, for yes, Virgos are very creative. And we read a lot. We are bookworms, if that's still a word. I've not seen that word used in a long time. But I saw what that was doing, and that's straight up appropriation. Hoodoo Delicious. So I'm like, okay, whatever. But yeah, it would September 16th plugged in. Oh man, I lost my thought. Give me some questions. I can't take credit for that. Y'all know that's Bobby Hemming. But yeah, Hecate's fountain. Where does Hecate come from? That's Greek. If I'm not mistaken, it's Greek. It's either Greek or Roman. I believe it's Greek. Yes, I teach Portia. I will, if you can, I'm not sure if we're Facebook friends, but you can find me. I'm gonna write my my email address, and we could talk outside of here. Okay, let's continue. I ain't done yet. I'm wired up, full of coffee. It's a nice day out. Who is this man? Why did they try to debunk him as a fraud? I have every book this man has written. He say his stories about Don Juan, a Yaqui Indian. First of all, Indian is a misnomer. The root word of Indian is indigo. What color is that? So yeah, the natives are natives here. Guess what? They look like you and me. Anyway, this is advanced work. His work is very advanced, but powerful shit. They, of course, brand it as fiction. No, it's not. As a matter of fact, remember I said I study movies? That movie, Truth or Dare, is geared towards teenagers. Yet still, there were elements of magic in that. So yeah, that's called reading a lot. Now, if I can't fit over 1,000 books PDFs and physical books into a year's time. How's anybody else doing? How? I'm just curious. How does that work? I know some real deal magicians who actually not only do they run their businesses, they work a 9 to 5 regular job because they like to have a massive income. But I'm seeing these Facebook occultists, that's their only job is magic. I'm like, damn. In this economy, in this society, you're making so much money that your only business, your only source of income is the magic you do because you're so powerful. You got so many clients. Damn, I need to learn this secret. I do. I really, really do. So nobody got questions? Because if not, I'm going to be ending this soon. I just thought it would be prudent of me to, address this. It may offend some people. Oh well. But if you were truly honest with yourself, then you wouldn't be trying to profit. Nobody with any kind of spiritual integrity will try to profit off of people who are desperate or are in genuine need of help. Nobody who's spiritually elevated does this constantly. Nobody who's spiritually elevated got a bunch of rip-offs for us. Exactly. Lonnie, exactly. How are you able to do so many clients in such a little bit amount of time? One ritual for me, I gotta take at least a day off. At least. There are times where I've done a 7-day ritual that I only focus on that one client for a whole week, for that whole 7 days. And then I took a week off after that because that shit was intense. Yet these motherfuckers got thousands of clients. Thousands. Right. What am I doing? I'm not advertising right, or what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Portia. Oh, I think. Okay, I'm not gonna say your name then. If this is the Portia that, because I only know one. Okay, I got you. I'm gonna message you. I will message you. Yeah, thousands. I've heard somebody say they got thousands of clients. Thousands. I'm reading the question, so sorry about the phone. Do you think what's going on in the U.S. with melanated people, that this is more or less the end game? That's an interesting question. It's a good question, actually. No, not the end game, no. I think black people, melanated people, I hate using the word black. Did y'all know that the word black means pale? You know what I'm saying? I just think people, they're so brainwashed, psychologically damaged, that they live in fear. They think, they live in fear. They live thinking that somebody in the sky is going to save them. That's what I think. In no part of the world where people have rose up, did they rely on the sky god to deliver them. I know what you're saying, Justin. Good question. Thanks for the question. I think melanated people have just been, it's been such such an ongoing psychological whipping of melanated people that they can't seem to come out of it. That's what I think. So I don't I don't know. I stopped worrying about the masses a long time ago, and I know that sounds cool, but it's not. Because you can't help people who don't want to help themselves. See what I'm saying? Yeah, but back to my earlier point. Yeah, I've seen somebody say they have thousands of clients. Thousands. How are you even getting to them? How does that work? I'm wondering, how does that work? I've seen somebody say they were the best magician out there. They used a different word, which I'm not going to use. They say they were the best magician out there. They had the best spells. Like, you are so powerful that you can outdo everybody and guarantee results 110% of the time. Yeah, okay. I laugh at these people. You're welcome, Justin. I laugh at these people and I'm like, wow, man. Facebook has bred this kind of nonsense. I blame Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. I blame society, that, this microwave society that everybody wants it now. So yeah, there's many factors going on here, but I just said to say to you, those who you're watching and who will watch, just be careful. Yeah, media too. Thanks, Justin. Media, yeah, absolutely. That's one of their biggest tools. Just be careful when you go to somebody for some work. Just check out people's credentials, basically. You know what I'm saying? There are certain people whose work stands for themselves. Bobby Hemmett stands for himself. His lectures stand for himself. Azazel Bay. If you see some of the work, the lectures and the videos and the books that he has on his website, his work speaks for itself. See what I'm saying? Just be, mindful of who you fucking with. Like, it will behoove you to do sort of a background check. Does this person have a bunch of clients who are unhappy? Does this person always come on to their clients? Yeah, I've seen that too. Like, okay, yeah, there's a lot of dudes in there in the so-called spiritual community. They into it just to get some ass. Like, damn, you that weak? Your tongue game, both figuratively and literally, is so weak you can't get a woman? How, Sway? Damn. Ain't got no dick game. I mean, you gotta go to Magick to do this. Like, wow, really? Yeah, Bobby was on to, especially when Bobby was totally dark side, like 10 or so years ago. Yeah, check out Bobby Hemmett's old videos. His really old video. Check out his first video. It's called The Science of the Dogon. So yeah, the Dogon tribe of Mali, they was on a whole different level. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, Bobby, Azazel Bay, he's on Facebook too, and he's been doing it for a long time. Brother C. Freeman L. Aline Bay. Anything. The Bokor Elmira. I like that. I fucks with that brother. That's truly a brother who actually practices what he preaches, and you can tell by his lifestyle. See what I'm saying? The sisters I've done videos with, like Ashera Star Goddess, check her out. Check out Elizabeth Root. Okay. All right, so yeah, so I'm gonna wrap this up. It doesn't look like a lot of people have questions, but I just wanted to get that out of the way. Lonnie, I addressed that. All the fighting online, the witches, the hoodoo, conscious community, all that fighting is just negative energy. You know what I'm saying? Nancy, if you could please email me. It's a bunch of bullshit because there's no other. Like I said, psychologically, we're the most damaged people ever because we fight each other. We all want to be right about it. I want to lift brothers and sisters up. I ain't got time to be fighting nobody else. You know what I'm saying? This is not a game. We are basically at war, and yet still we lose because we're so busy fighting each other. Now, how's that work? It doesn't work with any other people but us. You see what I'm saying? It's stupid. But this is why they will continue to promote these dumbass. They're not even rap artists. These motherfuckers are talking about women in negative ways, guns, and mumbling. Then you got Love and Hip Hop, where women are fighting each other, and I'm like, it's all psychological. Yes, my email is right here. Yeah, Cheryl Star got us. That's my sister. We've done at least 3 videos together. And that sister's always on point. Check her out. Any of the interviews that you've seen that I've conducted during this past year, check out those occultists. Those I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do interviews with someone who I didn't think is genuine. You know what I'm saying? So, in closing, plugged in film. Right. Yeah. Just straight ignorant and feminine looking dudes. Man, I'm so sick of that shit. But our people fuck with it. They attack the younger generation because they know those are the people who will rise up. See what I'm saying? These are the people who listen to the. How does everybody got the same goddamn cadence? Everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's necromancy. Yes. Necromancy is the shit. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say on that. But I said I was gonna close, but I just want to say this too. Blood sorcery magic doesn't work with every system, and I learned that the hard way. I think Black Dot, who I actually fuck with, say some of those word be spells, but no, I think that's a reach. That's a straight reach. They're not spells. The big corporations behind them are what pushing it to the masses that make it sell. You gotta understand that these people are into mind control programming. So the only spells that they're doing is having directing your own mind and say, oh, this is tight. This is tight. This is tight. We love this. Listen to the beat. You see what I'm saying? And if you hear that so much, you're going to actually believe it after a while. You know what I'm saying? I said in an earlier video, if you want to implant something in somebody's subconscious, say it 3 times. Like, if I said a Dora pause 3 times. Dora pause. Dora pause. Dora pause. You'll start to hear that in your mind. You see what I'm saying? That's a really bad example, but still, you get my point. But they push things in a way where they do it so much people start to believe it's true. They do the fighting on Love and Hip Hop and Housewives and all that bullshit. They do it so much that people start to imitate and mimic people's behavior on those shows. See what I'm saying? There's all right, I'm gonna end on that note. So, my name is Magick Croix. My website, www.magicalelitesupplyshop.com for all your occultic, spiritual, witchy needs. I got you covered. It's in the description field. I hope today I cleared up some things and helped y'all in the right direction. This is my purpose. This is why I do this. I just want to set people free, honestly. I will see y'all next time. I hope y'all mothers have a happy Mother's Day and enjoy the week ahead. Please find me on Facebook if you want to join my Magick group. I'll see y'all next time. Namaste. Peace.